Yo, what's good, everybody? I don't know what's going on today. Have no idea what's going on. It's Friday. YouTube decided to do all kinds of weird, crazy things. There might even be a whole nother stream that says I'm supposed to go live over there, but I'm over here, and you guys might be, some of y'all might be over there, but most of us are over here. Hey, the party's over here, guys. Let your auntie, let your brother, let your sister, let your mother know. Come through the back door. Come back this way, guys. Apologies for the confusion, guys. I hope you guys this Friday morning is going well. This is the IBC Gang YouTube channel. My name is Tank. We cover everything that's happening within the traditional markets as well as the crypto market with a specific interest with the Cosmos ecosystem in mind. Before we jump on into everything, before I give you guys my 2 cents about what's happening in the market and how I'm actually playing things and what I'm concerned with, if you guys would do me a huge, huge favor, like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification. It really does help me and every other cosmonaut and every other person out there in the crypto space, because the more people that get to see these videos, the more exposure crypto gets, the Cosmos ecosystem gets, and that should be considered a win-win, guys. So tell your mama, tell your auntie, tell your brother, tell your sister, tell Bob, Philip, Joe, and Harry over here, because Harry is now kind of peeking over what Joe, Bob, and everybody else is looking at when we talk about these videos. And even though we don't like them at work, they need to also know what's happening, because, guys, that's the way that we're going to get to mass adoption, is by telling even the people that we don't like to come and watch these videos, guys. So do me a favor, do yourself a favor, do everybody a favor in the space. You know what to do. Like, push buttons, push some buttons. Go ahead, I'll wait. It takes no time at all to be a good person. You should feel like a good person. Start your Friday off right, or end your Friday right by being a supportive person. I would feel good about it. You should feel good about it. I feel good about it, guys. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. I know I'm kind of rambling. Still on vacation, guys. Still on vacation. Did I not remove that Lunatics? Maybe it is the old one that is on my laptop. Still not at home, guys. Everything is normal back home, but yes, we definitely got to probably remove that Lunatics from our intro. Not that we don't love you guys. Yeah, not that I don't love you guys, but you know what? I just don't support vampire chains. I don't support that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Guys, we're gonna try to jump on into things and keep it short and simple because it is Friday. I don't want to take up too much of your guys' time, but I do want to talk about a few things, like the thumbnail says, like the headline says. Hopefully, again, YouTube's messing up a lot of stuff, guys. We're gonna talk about why this bear market is going to cure crypto and be a good thing in the long run for crypto. It's all about perspective. It's all about your point of view. It's all about how you're viewing the position that you're in within the markets. And I want you guys to know that we are going through a very big maturing stage. We're hitting a growth spurt, if you will. If you guys are parents, you guys might know what I'm talking about. If you guys are young, you guys maybe still remember this. I'm super old. I don't even remember any of that kind of stuff. But I can tell you, I have kids, you guys have seen them, that are kind of going through growth spurts right now. And it's very uncomfortable when you go through those kind of moments in your life, those kind of growing pains in your life. But that's really what we're going through right now. We're going through the growing stage of a new asset class, which is, in a sense, just paying its dues, guys. But once we're done going through these pains, once we're done growing and maturing, we are going to see the fruits of our labor, or should I say, the fruits of our belief and our commitments and our, what's the word I'm looking for? Beliefs. I'll just say that. But yeah, guys, before I jump into everything, before I tell you guys why I think all of this, let me do you guys a favor, which always do me a favor. So let me just give you guys a quick shout out, because you guys are the most important people in the whole wide world. BitSource, Bren, what's going on, brother? Sunrise Binary, Strika, DGen, Derek, Matt Miller, Grits, brother, I know you're right here, but what's up, man? Ryu, what's up, buddy? Blue, what's up, man? Blue is the one who told me that for some reason or another we had a separate stream that's expecting me. Apparently, I'm not coming. Maybe I'm dual streaming. I'm dual streaming, just like back in the gaming days, right? I'm dual boxing. IBC Mafia, what's going on? Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Luna's Revenge. Good morning. I'm assuming that's a German name. Good morning. I can't even read that. Somebody read that for me. I'm gonna say Ba. I don't know. I don't even know. It's right underneath Luna's Revenge comment, though. Someone tell me, how do I say that? I want to give them the love that they deserve. Let's go ahead and jump on into things, guys. Let's go ahead and jump on into things. We're looking at Bitcoin's chart. We're on the daily time. Actually, Hold up. Before we do that, let's go ahead and take a look at the NASDAQ. NASDAQ's up 0.27% right now. We're on the daily time frame. We use the market cipher as our primary oscillator indicator tool of choice. Guys, remember, Fridays is when options close for both bearish and bullish option traders. More than likely than not, it's bearish ones that we're talking about right now. As you guys can see here, let's take a look at where we are. We're sitting right on our 200 SMA strategy, 26.27%. Total average move down once the 200 SMA is broken over the past 20 years, guys. That is an average. Again, if you guys are new here, which I don't think there's a lot of new people here, but for everybody that might be new, that is saying to you guys, over the past 20 years, once this yellow line right here, the 200 SMA does not hold up for price action, it falls below. Price action falls below, and it does not hold up as support. On average, 26.27% is the average move down before we start actually starting to see a flooring or bottoming position happen on the charts. Now, we could go lower, but I'm just telling you right now that is an average. So that's what I've been preaching to everybody as far as my strategy goes when I'm going to start deploying my DCA strategy or my capital back into the market. We're on the US 100 index chart. This is correlated quite well to tech stocks and also crypto. I've been telling you guys this is going to be my first feeler buy. I'm waiting to see if momentum takes us down further. But I will tell you guys right now, I do think that we are close to seeing a flooring position take place if we do go down further, especially in correlation to this NASDAQ chart. I think that more than likely will come down maybe to 10.5, just a little bit below our entry point right here. But I did take a little bit of a position, full transparency, into traditional shares that I have and interest that I have in my portfolio. I did actually execute my buy order. I actually executed it just below right here. You see this wick just yesterday. Oops, sorry, wrong part of the charts. See this wick that happened just below it just yesterday? I told you guys before many times. I set my limit orders just above and just below. Guess what wicked down and hit my limit order or my buy order in this asset that I want or this index that I want? I love index funds, guys, or index investing. But I bought a little bit below here. It did hit, is my first feeler buy. It's nothing crazy. It's my first feeler buy. I put it out there, guys. You guys know how I do my DCA. If it goes down further, I'm reinforcing my positions with more positions all the way down to, I can't say that. I want to be kid friendly, even though it's not kid friendly, all the way down to Drama Town. If that happens, I'll be absolutely blessed and happy about it, guys. It's all about perspective. You give me these lower price points. That's what I've been waiting for. I want them. Go lower. I want them. You run around with fear if you're fearful. I get it. I don't blame you, but I'm not. I've been waiting. First filler buy executed. Now I'm waiting to see what happens. Matter of fact, I'm actually in profits from yesterday. Let's go to the Dow Jones. Dow Jones coming down to my first filler buy. I'm not yet in it, but this is my first filler buy. This dotted zone. I've been telling you guys I'm gonna purchase a little bit something right there. Same thing as the NASDAQ, first feeler buy being looked at right now for my DCA strategy. SPX, guys, SPX kind of coming close to, again, my first feeler buy. I'm waiting for it. It might not even happen, and that's okay. If I miss these, it's okay. I'd rather miss the train and miss some percentages than get ran over completely if the momentum takes us further and if the momentum picks up steam and, I misjudge things, guys. So I'm being patient. First one hit, though, for my NASDAQ. Now I'm waiting for my next two, guys. Kind of funny how things are kind of playing out, though. Been calling this out for freaking months. Let's move on over to Bitcoin right now. It's kind of funny, though. As you're seeing right now, doesn't look too bad. We're going sideways right now. If you guys, I don't think you guys can fully see this on my charts right now, but like if you guys take a look at the full entire chart thing, right, it changed, right? Doesn't look all too bad, but we are just kind of holding in this pattern right now, trying to see, what the next catalyst is. And as far as traditional stocks go, there's not much more that can happen other than another conflict taking place and or a conflict currently happening, worsening. So that's realistically like the two catalysts that I'm watching for, guys, right now. We're already pretty deep. We're already there with most other concerns that are out there in the traditional world. But it is what it is. We got to see what happens, guys. We got to see what happens. I really do think the worst is behind us, as hard as that is to imagine. And now we're just going to have to ride out the burn. There's not going to be a lot of movement, in my humble opinion, but we're just going to have to ride out this sideways action from here. Now, if you guys have been patient, like I've been saying for the NASDAQ, for the Dow Jones SPX, this is the moment that you've been waiting for. I can't give you guys financial advice, but those are the moments that you guys have been waiting for, right? Let's go on over to Bitcoin's chart, $20,424. We've been flirting in and out of $2,100 over the past 48 hours, basically. Let me show you guys the lower section of the charts, which is Market Cipher B. As you guys can see right here, and it's kind of, I told you guys this as well. Not a guru, not a fortune teller. I'm not a gypsy. I don't know nothing. I'm just telling you guys averages. I'm just regurgitating what the market has been showing me to you guys. So it's not even, no credit to me at all. The credit's in the charts. If you know how to look at the tea leaves, and if you've been staring at it long enough, you can kind of figure it out. It's no credit to anybody that relays the message. The credit is the market, guys. That's the teller. That's the telltale signs. You just got to know what you're looking at. I told you guys for a long time, this section in our previous past history for price action on Bitcoin's chart looked like exactly what we're probably more than likely going to go through right now, right? Dip, 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 little bit of rally, sideways action, just a tad, and then more downwards selling pressure. What are we going through right now? What did I say? Dip, 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 up, sideways action, and now we're coming back down again. Kind of freaking crazy how a crypto tank right here has been saying stuff and people send me hateful messages. You know who you are, all you hateful people that are like, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know it, blah, 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 blah. But yeah. Well, proof is right there in front of you. Actually, I just noticed that, let me see here, desktop audio on. I always do that, Grits. Jeez. Gotta set a buzzer alarm for me to do that. But yeah, guys, we're going through exactly what I showed you guys before right now. Slippery slide of death, a little bit of a relief rally, a little bit of sideways action, and then, right? Slippery slide of death, relief, sideways action. It's hard. It's hard when you see it. It's hard when you see it, guys. It's like the Matrix when you see a bunch of ones and zeros all of a sudden. I'm not saying I'm the one, but you know. Neo. Anyway, hey, that's gonna, no, I shouldn't say that. You know how everybody uses, well, I'm gonna say it because I already said it. You know how everybody goes Kobe? I'm gonna start saying Neo from now on. But guys, right now we're taking a look. We're taking a look, guys. And all respect, guys. The late great Kobe. All respects to him, guys. I don't care. He's one of the best. One of the best. Guys, we're coming back down here, testing previous tops. A lot of support right here. Not as much as we had up here, but we're coming back down here. I'll show you. I'll let the charts speak for themselves again, guys. Where's my chart? Where's my chart? Where's my big? Oh no, I gotta go further. Bitcoin. Here's my charts for you guys. I can't give you guys financial advice. Matter of fact, none of this matters. So let me just take this out. We don't even need to keep looking at this. You guys know. These are the sections that I've been prepared for a long time, and we're just kind of playing out what I've been waiting for, and realistically, if I'm being very truthfully about it, hoping for. Like, this hurts. Nobody wants to see price go down. I'd rather be wrong, but I'd also love to pick up these zones right here. I would love it. I would consider that a blessing. It's all about perspective, right? So that's what I have on the charts. Be on the lookout for it, guys. Let's go into our favorite child, Atom. Yes, I have favorite children. Right now, Atom's up 1.64% over the past 24 hours. Let me show you guys the charts. We are hitting, yep, my limit orders probably got filled. I didn't even check. My limit orders probably got filled. Just below is where I set these lines. Probably got filled over the past 2 days. I forgot about that. I did not even check. I forgot to do that later. But this got bought. And then again, guys, I'm looking for these limits for my own personal bags. I'm looking for these sections on the charts right here. If you guys can see that right here, this current was right around $6.12. I'm looking to be in between the 786 and my little dotted line right here, which is right around $4.14 to about $4.60. And then again, I'm looking for kind of like an in between of these two lines right here and the 88 cents, guys. I'm realistically looking for that. I don't know if I'll get that. More than likely probably won't, but I'm prepared for it, guys. Remember, when you DCA, to just split up your DCA sections as well into fourths. That's my humble suggestion. Life coaching time, not financial advice, guys, but I split up my DCAing by fours. So I pick the sections on the charts that I want to DCA in, have my reserve capital that I put aside for that asset reserved, and then on each one of those levels, I also split up my buys into fours because I don't know, right? I don't know. So like really, I'm splitting up things in between things to hedge against any more downwards momentum. That's the best way I've ever found to do things. And it's worked for me very much so to where now none of this matters to me. Just another day in the shade. It's just another day of investing. And if you guys would like to know more about my thesis, the way I do things, and the way I practice things, even though it's not financial advice, I will gladly share it with you guys. But you have to join our Discord. You have to follow me on Twitter. You have to be coming back each and every day because I can only say it so many times and then show it to you. Like, I don't know the bottoms and or tops, but I do know the best practices that's worked for me to increase my trajectory in my financial portfolio and or past or future. So if it's not broke, don't try to fix it. I'm not fixing nothing for over 20 plus years. It's worked for me very, very well. It's up to you guys, though. It's totally up to you guys. Right now, momentum. Let's talk about that, though. Momentum right now. Yesterday we had a double green dot. We do see some back and forth right now. We have RSIs clearly coming back down. We don't see any clear curvature right here. And also we can see, let me pull this in for you guys. You see this faded in the background right here. We can also see a little bit of curvature happening in the negative way, something like this. We want to see curvature happening like this. Right now, I'm not seeing that, guys. I'm seeing maybe a little bit more sideways action. I'm seeing a lot more stalling action. We could get another buying opportunity. Excuse me, I don't know why. I think my kids have been pulling my mouse cord. So sorry if you guys heard that notification. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing right now, guys. That's what I'm seeing. Patience is a virtue. Guess what I'm trying to say to you guys? If you guys aren't already in profits, consider taking profits, being active, avid profit taker. And right now, what I'm seeing, again, we can go into the charts again. Guys, I've been talking to you guys about candlesticks, engulfing candlesticks and stuff like that. This was interesting, but right now, as we see, we are actually coming back down. Not a good sign. Not a good sign. So if I was to give, well, let me just tell you, I can't tell you guys I'm taking profits. Give me a second. I've already, let's see here. Oh, shit. Sorry, I swore. There, done. In profits again, secured it, rinse, repeat. Just letting you guys know that's the position that I just took. Let's go to Secret real quick. Secret down 1.72% over the past 24 hours. Still kind of holding. Look at this, guys. This is actually like, look, I'm telling you, I'm so bullish on Secret right now. Look at how it's sitting right on the 6.5 and the 618, guys. That is the top of the golden pocket. We're sitting butts now. Butts on the 618. But let me kind of break it down for you guys. You guys want to know what I think? This isn't a good structure right now. We are more than likely going to come back down here and test the points or test the 0.65. That's more than likely what we're going to be doing, guys, just by the structure of these candles right here. You guys see what I'm saying? Look at the body of the candle getting lower than our previous, right? Everything's getting lower. And now what more than likely is going to happen is we're going to see that carry through right now. So if you guys were in profits at all from 2-3 days ago, 4 days ago, 5 days ago, whatever it is, ensure your profits. Ensure your profits. Hopefully you guys were fluid enough to do so and you guys didn't lock it up completely. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing right now, guys. Let's go to Juno. Juno's interesting. Super interesting. We actually are. Actually, let me go to this. This isn't the best chart in the world, right? But this is the one we have in TradingView. This is the daily. Look at this curvature happening right here with the anchors. Look at behind the anchor wave. Do you guys see that behind the anchor wave too? I want you guys to see that as well. It is kind of going the opposite way that we want it to really go. But look how we're rising slowly. Look at the RSIs. They don't look too bad right now. It's really interesting. I was talking to a couple of our buddies before the stream and talking about liquidity and or where the selling pressure would come from. There's a lot. Like you guys got to look at the total amount in circulation, the total amount staked, and then also the liquidity that's out there on some of these platforms for sell pressure to further the downwards momentum. Juno's a really interesting token right now because yes, we do have a lot of wallets, well wallets. Um, do they want to sell right now? Is there enough liquidity? What's the benefit of them furthering and pushing the envelope down further and taking such a loss than rather just accumulating right now? I think right now that we're really seeing a flooring happen really for Juno. I'm again kind of being admitting to you guys that I would think that I'm a little bit biased maybe, but I'm pretty sure I'm freaking correct about this as well, as far as like liquidity for selling pressure and the ability and fluidness of the market for it to capitulate much further into the price points that some people are saying. Like I know some people are saying $1.50 for Juno and all that stuff. Where's that going to come from? Ask yourself realistically. If you're not just throwing out numbers, realistically ask yourself, how is that actually going to be obtained? There's got to be ways for those extreme prices that people are throwing out there to actually realistically be met. And I want you to explain it to me, because right now that doesn't, like 50-cent Juno doesn't make a lick of sense to me. 75 cents, $1. Maybe the way that would make sense is if they just don't care how much slippage they have to incur, how much liquidity is in the pools, and they split it up and just sell for a loss for what it is. We're at the lowest prices we've ever seen for Juno. There's a lot still locked up as far as staking goes. The circulating supply versus what's locked up and the issuance for the annualized reward, none of that, it just doesn't make sense. It just doesn't make sense. Later, Matt, I appreciate you. Does that make any sense to you guys? And that's actually not just Juno. That's for a lot of different protocols, guys. When you guys are looking at like how much further realistically can we go, please take those kind of things into account. It has a lot to do. Don't just take it's all going to zero. That's emotional BS talking. I know a lot of emotional, irrational people when they talk like that. Don't make any sense, but you're usually the loudest people in the world. The people that are just speaking through sheer emotions. Don't listen to your emotions. A lot of times they'll lie to you. We got to think rationally. We got to think realistically. We got to think mathematically. We got to also think fundamentally, especially with cryptos. Fundamentals go a long, long way in cryptos. Let's go on. But Adam Osmo, I'm on.
What are your thoughts on Juno? People are probably wondering.
On Juno?
Or not Juno, sorry, Evmos.
Evmos that's a tricky one too. I kind of like. I wish I had it on charts for TradingView. I don't, unfortunately. Actually, well, hold on. Can we go to?
Yeah, I'm not sure if they have one yet.
Let me see. Not that the charts really matter, guys. Excuse me, something's in my eye. Not that the charts really matter right now. It's more about tokenomics, fundamentals, and also like I just got done preaching about Juno, how much is actually in circulating supply, how much circulating supply is out there, how much liquidity is on these platforms, and then also how much is bonded. That has a lot to do with the amount of downwards pressure for crypto assets. A lot more right now, especially at these lows right now, than any freaking chart will ever express to you. That's the truth of the matter. Yeah, it does sound like it's like you're in a train station. I was gonna say it earlier, but I was like, yeah. But that's a really good question. Let me look. Evmos. So like, okay, we can only speak of what's on. What's on? I don't know who's calling me right now from Fort Collins, Colorado. On Osmosis, right? The liquidity right now is like $500,000. That's not a lot. The volume is over the liquidity amount. So $773,000 right now is the last 24 hours of volume right now. Is there? If I go to, I hate these chart things on this because I never know if I go to here and then I go to the expert chart, if it's going to backlog and be. I knew it too when I did this. It was going to take forever to do this. So I'll just go ahead and spit it out. It's interesting. It could either go. There's goods and bads when it comes to Evmos. One, there's a lot of bad because I think a lot of people just pretty much just said F it. that couldn't connect or figure out how to claim and or like get the full amount of their drop. I was gonna say this because I was gonna say you know I can't even, I'm at a lost words, not guaranteed, but expected drop. Uh, or promise. I was going to use the word promise. There you go. I was like, I swear I'm having strokes or something like that. Promised drop. Um, I think that's a big to do with everything happening right now with Evmos. Ooh, and then also, I think there's a lot of people that also saw. I think it might be a little bit overpriced, but that's good. That's good. But then at this, I gotta give it the fair shake though. Is it overpriced? Because now it's starting. Did it start decaying right now, grits, or is it's starting to decay soon? Right, the rewards.
I'm not sure. Hang on a second. I'm trying to set up this new
I know there's a.
earpiece.
I know no, there's a problem. It sounds a whole lot better by the way right now. Um, let me go here to mission control. I'm hooked up right now on the IBC study wallet, so it doesn't really matter. But I think like the decay factor is going to start kicking in soon, right? Nothing's. I didn't get nothing of this. Claim, or maybe it's not going to show it to me because I don't get any of this. But I could have swore the decay factor starts soon. I'm sorry if you guys keep hearing that. So they have a max supply, total supply of 220, inflation rate of 140. I don't know. Like, if I'm being honest, I think okay. I'm just gonna. Please don't take this as financial advice. I'm just gonna spit out what I think off the top of my head, the fair valuation from what I've been seeing for Evmos. I think the fair valuation is more like closer to $1.15, like where it found that bottom right there, than what it is right now. $1.70. I think you can. I think I'm gonna be a buyer from $1.35 to $1.15. Um, but right now, what I've been doing with my Evmos, and I've said this a couple times, is one day just full staking, the next day splitting 50-50. I'll realize profits and then I'll take the other 50% of it and either, depending on what other asset I'm interested in getting to, I'm either swapping into that asset using the valuation of Evos right now. And then the next day, I'm just doing a complete pool of profits going straight into USDC and realizing it. And I just rinse, repeat that process each and every day. Number one and number two, though, might flip flop depending on the price movement for some of the other assets that are out there. Like if I just see like an absolutely insane moment, or no, I'm sorry, number one and number three might flip flop to where if I see an absolutely insane moment to where I want to swap full amount of Evmos into another asset, like say Atom and stuff like that, because there's just an insane buying opportunity for Atom, I'll do that. But that's basically what I've been doing. But I think the fair evaluation right now, I will say probably leans more, probably 55% more in my personal mind that it's overvalued than currently valued. And I think that if it came down to about 130 to 115, that's more realistically where I would like to buy more of it. Yeah. Let me go into a couple of things, guys, and just talk about because I want to make it quick today, guys. I want to try to make it quick as possible. Unless you guys have anything else you guys want to talk about, let me know. Well, anything above, Will says, anything above $1.50 for Evmos, I sell. Same. Okay, so you're in the same mindset that it's a little bit overpriced. Still stacking, but looking to buy lower with 700% APY getting put out there. It's a lot of inflation. Yep, good. You're on the right track, Will. I agree with you. I think that you're spot on about that. Again, please let me know if I miss any kind of questions or anything like that. So that's what I'm seeing right now for Juno Evmos Osmosis. I actually think Osmosis right now is fair market value. I think that is. I want to say it's undervalued right now because obviously definitely we definitely could see a little bit more further down, but it's almost like the same thing as far as what I was talking about with the conversation with Juno. You guys have to take all of those things into account. Where's the sell pressure going to come from? Other than people right now, just taking their selling rewards from these, and we can get into this in a minute. I'm going to pivot in a minute from validators and the likes of that are getting super, super massive rewards, even though you think the analyzed returns right now is like what, 50 or something like that. What is this? What is the staking rewards right now for let me look. Is it Stakely.io? Where can we go? There we go. We go to Stakely.io. It's not the best place in the whole wide world, but we'll go here. It's the fastest place to go. Their website at least turns. It's 52% right now. So it's not the best in the whole wide world, but there are whale wallets, big validator wallets and stuff like that that just continuously dump rewards, not doing anybody any favors, right? So like other than them, those type, not validators in its entirety, but other than those kind of entities, where's the selling pressure going to be coming from? That's what I want to ask the people that are getting ultra bearish right now. I understand all things can go to zero. I get that. But like you got to take into account, if you're not giving me specific of how, I just kind of want you to please be quiet, because that doesn't make any damn sense. You're not doing anybody any favors.
How does this mic
It's
sound?
kind of, you're
Sorry to cut you off.
robot.
How does this mic sound?
Robot-y. It doesn't sound like you're in a tunnel, but now it sounds like you're a robot.
Oh well, I tried.
No, wait. It's better now. Don't move. Whatever you're doing right there, it sounds a lot better now. There you go. Yeah, that sounds a lot better now. But yeah, guys. So like that's what I would like to like. So if you look right here, you know, over the past couple of days, we're on the daily chart.
Position, and then I'm gonna mistake or sell the stake.
It's happening again. You're getting robotic-y. This mic worse. I know.
Oh well.
Yeah, I know. You tried. It's all right, brother. But yeah, no. So like, no, it's fine. Like, no, it's not that bad. But so for me, again, when I'm looking at osmosis, it's kind of like the same argument, right? Like, yes, definitely, we could go down further, for sure. Anything could go down further. I'm not totally biased and ignorant to my bias and stuff like that. But like, you know, if we're talking about that, and we're talking about what the fundamentals and tokenomics of Osmo is and the Osmosis platform, I really do think I'll dig my grave right now if it has to be that way. I think this is a fair market value. I think that other than those entities that we do have to keep in the back of our mind, where's the selling pressure going to be coming from? If anything, the people that were in or that retail that have been shaken out, or they're gone, is basically what I'm trying to say. The vast majority of people that would have been providing that sell pressure are gone. Now, the only entities we have to worry about right now are the people that are either running humongous validator chains and getting humongous rewards, right? And or entities that also hold large amounts and getting rewards. That's where the vast majority of selling pressure is coming from right now. Let me ask you something right now. Realistically, for everybody that is holders and is accumulators right now, are you going to sell for a loss right now? Even like at the lowest point that it possibly ever could? That would be absolutely ass backwards to what it means to be an investor right now, right? It would make no sense. So are you guys selling it? And if that is the vast majority of the thinking, like I think it should be, tell me where the pressure is coming from. Yep. A lot of it right now, goes back to, because we're a proof of stake network, a lot of it right now, guys, comes from the validator topic. That's been a hot red topic on crypto Twitter. Yeah. That's a lot. That's a very hot topic right now, and we got to address it. So I'm going to pivot right now. I want to pivot to you guys, and well, first let me actually conclude by saying, because we didn't actually bring up and address why I think the bear market is going to cleanse and or cure and make better the crypto ecosystem in a whole, not just the Cosmos space, but in a whole, the crypto ecosystem. We recently saw a lot of catastrophic things happen in our space. Black swan events left and right. I mean, if you guys are holding through here, I said this earlier about stuff, guys. This is the worst sell-off we've ever seen in crypto so far. Obviously, right? Everything scales. This is the worst sell-off we've ever seen in crypto. This is the most deleveraging we've ever seen in crypto by far. Excuse me, my stupid thing's cutting in and out. By far. And that is a good thing. I've always preached on this channel that I think that leverage trading is not a healthy thing. I understand it. Some of you guys are rogues. Some of you guys are gurus. Some of you guys are gypsies. You guys know what you guys are doing. You guys are absolute monsters. And if that's the case, you do you, boo. Different strokes, different folks. I fully support you guys making money the way you make money. I get it. If people are going to stick their necks out, chop it. Chop, 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 chop. Karate chop. But for the vast majority of people that are out there for mass adoption, for the normal retail Jane and John Doe, leverage trading isn't the answer. Leverage trading was never the answer, especially in DeFi. What happened recently to further this downwards monumentous deleveraging or sell-off in our newly infant-sized asset class? The deleveraging of humongous DeFi platforms like Anchor, like Celsius, like BlockFi, like everything in between. That's was never healthy. Was never healthy. It was fun. It was a fun ride. It was a fun ride. It was a fun ride for a lot of you guys. But what's fun for the short, immediate term is not sustainable, maintainable, and healthy for the long, big picture, right? It's not. You guys should not feel bad for anybody in Celsius. Like, well, no, don't get me wrong. Don't feel bad for the downfall of BlockFi, Celsius, Anchor. It was bullshit to begin with. It needs to go. You can't over collateralize, over leverage, overextend, over borrow without checks and balancing. And this is exactly what's happening right now. Check, balance. At some point, your dues will be made whole. And that's all that's happening right now. That's what's happening in any bear market. Your dues become whole. Like it comes, the chicken comes to roost. That's all that's happening. That's why when I say before, it's the same game. It's the same structure at all times. It really freaking is. Super inflation, roost. Events happen, inflation, roost. It's just the reset. It's like the every 10, 20 year reset for the US economy. Why? Because it's fake. It's IOUs and promises left and right, just like the leverage that was happening in DeFi. The washout right now that we're facing will bring mass adoption, true scalability for the foreseeable future. We need to get rid of unrealistic DeFi applications that don't do us any favors over the long term. It was fun while it lasted. I made a lot of money. I hope a lot of you guys made a lot of money too, and were very fluid enough to get out before the tsunami came, before the big waves came and sucked everybody back in that was partying on the beach. That's literally what happened. It sounds cruel. I sound cruel, but I am a abuser. Excuse me, cannot say that fast for some reason. In the relationship between my capital and my investments, and or the assets therefore within my portfolio that I consider investments. I'm a wolf amongst a bunch of dying, crying sheep. I will continue to be so. And I want you guys to join this pack. It sounds heartless, and it is. This game is not to be played to make friends and to be chummy. I want you guys to be hungry like wolves, knowing what the truth of the game is and being ready to eat when everybody else is at their weakest. It's the truth, guys. We needed this. This is the time for wolves to eat, for sharks to eat. And the death of DeFi over leveraged platforms that give you guys insane amount of APRs, APYs is good. Goodbye. Adios. I had fun with you, but you're definitely not the chick I'm marrying. You were the chick that was fun for a night, or the dude that was fun for a night. You're not marriage material. You're not healthy for this space. You need to go. So celebrate it. This bear market will cure the crypto market of all of the viruses within it. Well, the vast majority of the bigger viruses that are in it that affect it on a day-to-day basis in a negative way. It's all about perspective. I'm glad. But yeah, I'm being dead serious, guys. And again, as I say that, please understand, I consider you guys all part. Like I say this, you guys got to understand the kind of psychopathic tightrope that you have to play if you're considering yourself a true investor. You really want to make those gains. You really want to play this game as investing. You kind of got to walk that weird freaking path. And yes, it sounds hypocritical. Yes, it sounds blah, 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 blah. But I'm being very real with you guys. You got to know when to turn on and off that light switch in your head and in your emotions to make it in this game. I make these videos at a net loss in order to hopefully give you guys food for thought and bring you guys into the fold. I can't give you guys financial advice. I'm not a guru either. I make mistakes all the time, but I make more wins than I do mistakes in this game. And so I consider you guys, well, actually, let's do this. Actually, I'm going to say something that might set some people off, but I'll be very real about it. A pack of wolves, right? They're not friends. They're not friends. The pack of the IBC gang, I don't care if you guys consider me your friend. I want to be. I'm looking out for your best interests, but wolves, the only reason they hunt together and they're a pack is to better their own self-interest. They're more effective as a pack. They're more dangerous as a pack. They're safer as a pack. But they're not sitting there worrying about each other each and every moment. They do what they need to do when it's time to run and time to eat and time to protect themselves. And they're real about that. They know it. They know it. Animals know it. They know the real truth of the wild. The strong survive, right? You do what you do. There's no lying. That's a human trait. Well, not really, because I guess possums kind of, they're liars. Possums are liars. And those fainting goats, they're liars too. Fucking liars. But for the vast majority of them, other than those freaking animal liars, but yeah, I want you guys to be wolves. I really do. I really, really do. But yeah, you guys are like, no, I say that stuff, but I'm getting like really deep into that stuff. I do everything because I care about you guys. I think you guys are the most important people. And I'm not joking about that when I say that. Take all that wolf stuff out of that. I really do. Like, we need that stuff to go. We need the over DeFi plays to be done with. And you guys catch these good investments. None of this will matter in a couple of years. With that being said, let me just pivot again, guys. Let me just pivot. What we need to deal with right now in our little ecosystem in a proof of stake network is the concerns that can affect us, right? So let's address them. Let's stop playing ignorant. Let's actually talk about that, right? So if the vast majority of retail is out, for Cosmos and the Cosmos ecosystem, let's not even talk about Bitcoin. It's not even whatever. If it dips down, yeah, we'll get sucked down a little bit because, a sinking ship does pull down everybody floating around it. But let's just say how far is the question is how far, right? How far? And let's take out the things that we can control, the variables that we can control on our ecosystem, the one that we're super bullish on, which is a proof of stake ecosystem, much different than Bitcoin's proof of work. The biggest concerns and the biggest variables that we have right now, this is real talk. Real talk. I wish I had time to have Jacob on and some of the other validators that agree with this. I'm going to, when I get back home, guys, I'm going to make it my mission to bring this to light. And nobody paying me. I don't care. I don't need to be in an inner circle. I have my own circle. It's called the IBC gang, the people that matter. But when I get back home, we going ham, guys. We're going to address the issues at hand. We're going to expose things and shine lights with the monsters under our bed, in our closet. We're going to do that. One of the biggest things that we have to face right now is the selling pressure coming from validators and or higher, bigger entities. Do your research about that. Some of that stuff's going on right now. I want to show you guys something right now. This is a report that we can get into later. I don't have a lot of times right now that shows you validators and or delegations to validators who insta-dump, who don't contribute to code, who do not partake in governance, who basically don't give two F's about you and or the health of the network. They're using you as a means to an end. That's where the selling pressure comes from. I have the proof. You want proof? I have proof right here. I can show it to you. It's a great thing about blockchain. People can say things all day long, but actions speak louder than the words, and we can backtrack actions. Why are delegations coming from the ICF to jailed validators? Why are delegations from an entity that is a for-profit entity? So I get it. Don't hate the game, right? Hate the players within it, maybe sometimes. But why? I want to ask why. Why are we picking and choosing and cherry picking and giving validators, certain validators, huge allocations of our assets that they insta-dump their rewards from? Why are we strengthening their positions when they do not vote, when they do not contribute code, when they do nothing other than dump? Yes, I absolutely can. Incoming. I want you guys to look past why. Look past the initial why we're talking about this, because everybody gets hung up on the initial why we're talking about. Let's talk about what we're talking about. The unhealthiness of the practice within some of these entities, and not just the ICF. The ICF does a lot of good things too. Don't get me wrong. The ICF has done a lot of good things too. But we need to address the things that are currently happening and are not being talked about and wanting to be talked about in private instead of publicly. And we need to address those things to make our community, our ecosystem, a more healthier, transparent, decentralized, and more effective ecosystem. I bring this kind of stuff up out of risk, again, whether it be a social risk, whether I'm risking being ostracized, whether I'm risking being ever invited, and I don't want to be in that circle. I don't want to be in the inner circle. I really don't. I love being outside here with the gang. I love being in the foxholes in the mud. I love it. That's the true essence of the ecosystem. You know what I mean? I have a better understanding of the people and the protocols therefore within when I'm in the mud. So I kind of, like, to be honest with you, I don't ever want to be. So maybe, like, you could say, like, but as a content provider, I dare say influencer, because I'm not. I run a high risk of being ostracized socially from the most bullish ecosystem that I've ever been bullish on for presenting these stuffs and talking about it. And I'm not throwing willy-nilly accusations. I'm just recapping information that's out there for everybody to behold as it is. If there's a problem with me or anybody else doing the same, we need to ask ourselves as a community, why is that a problem? Why is it a problem to have discourse? Why is that a problem to have a discussion? If we're wrong, tell us XYB why we're wrong. Give us the XYB of why we're wrong. Prove to it. Don't just get emotional, make accusations, and or turn the backs. We want to know. This isn't healthy. This helps nothing. If you can go, guys, really quickly, I want to show you guys something that needs to be taught. And this isn't just Atom. This is not just Atom. By the way, I want to make that absolutely clear to you guys. This is not just Atom. But if you go to MintScan, which is not my favorite place in the whole world, if you go to MintScan and you go to validators. We can only speak about right now validators, which we're not pointing fingers at all validators. There's a lot of great validators. But there's actions happening between validators and certain entities within our space that is not ideal. It's not on the up and up. And we demand, like, as people that swim in a proof of stake ecosystem where governance is everything and voting for the people and being managed by the people and supposedly having the people have their power, this is BS. We should demand it as the people. If you can look at here, the cumulative share, the voting power of amongst the top 20 validators in Atom is, look at here. Okay, we start with 11, Stakefish 11.7. Then it goes to 10.10, 9.9, 8, and then we drop to 6. It's a drastic drop from SG1. And I like SG1. But it drops really, really quickly. 5, 4, 3. Then we get to the 22. That difference in voting power comparatively from the very first top spot is drastic. We can't have top-heavy entities of power with the vast majority of voting power because, like, look, one of our buddies brought up. Let's go to here, and I'm bullish on SIFChain and Rowan long term. But look, this is not healthy. I want to bring this up. This is real. Top 2 validators right here. Look at their voting power. They hold almost 40%. They cannot, if you guys know anything about what's happening with Rowan, they cannot get a damn thing to pass because they just basically block everything. If it doesn't align or make these guys happy, it don't matter. Look, I mean, the proof is there. Look at that. Do we want entities within our space to keep cherry picking and delegating large amounts of our assets to validators who are not furthering the decentralization or contributing or participating in governance, but just dumping? And also, I want you to understand too, do we want to be giving delegations to jailed validators? Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like, what the heck is happening here? We need to ask these questions and demand. They're profit. They're for profit. They don't need to. But guys, there's some shady stuff going on. And I won't have it. I won't have it until those things are either brought to light and changed from those entities and or the community enforces and enacts change. I made this channel to support the community. Everything I do, and I mean everything I do, will be far more beneficial for the community than it ever will be for me. And I can make that commitment. And that's my grave. I'm digging it, and I'll lay in it, and I'll wait for the dirt to come. But I'm not moving. That's my commitment. Everything I do, I will be committed to making sure that the environment, the ecosystem, the people of this ecosystem will either be made aware or made to benefit from what I do. Far more than what I do. This is serious. I know a lot of people don't want to partake in this. I know a lot of people, especially, let's just be real, with Jacob and Notional, think that Jacob is being, way too loud, being dramatic. How else does that happen, guys? Sometimes you got to be loud. Sometimes you got to do those kind of things. Or else you're just going to keep getting played behind closed doors. They'll keep having conversations behind closed doors in private. They'll never bring the true concerns or address the true concerns of the community out in the open, transparently. And you're just going to keep being liquidity. So, yeah. I want to know if you guys are on board, or if you guys just want to ride it out like the Matrix and go get plugged back in and go to sweet night and let people make the decisions for you. And you can just keep being food for the machine. You guys can keep being the liquidity food. You guys can keep letting them eat off you if you want. I won't have it. I don't think you guys should have it. I want you guys to be the liquidity providers in a sense, right? Like the people making, not that they eat off. I want you guys to be the ones that other people come to. I want you guys to be the wolves. I want you guys to be in the know. I want you guys to be the benefiters or the beneficiaries. I don't want them to be the ones benefiting off you guys. Everything I do, I make that commit to you guys again right now. I'll recommit to you guys again, over and over and over. Everything I do will be far more beneficial for you than it is for me. I'll be the target. I'll be the speaking point. I'll say it. You know. Speaking of Rama, I did want to say he did put a post out here. It was really interesting. 74% of people, guys. Go ahead and vote on this. Actually, I want you guys to vote on this as well. Rama over here.
Hey, I'm actually back inside now.
Yo, I want you guys to go and vote on this right here. Check out this tweet that Rama did. Do you guys think that 459,621 Atom sold on-chain in just the last year by validators that ICF delegates to, just the ones who sell 100% of their commission, negatively impacts the Atom price? Pretty straightforward question, right? And again, gave you guys the findings. Pretty straightforward question. Do you guys think that affects the price? Hell yeah, it does. I don't know who this 25% are or where you're coming from, but I would love to know. I would love to know why you think that doesn't affect the price. But that's 679 votes. I would love to see this get to 1,000, guys.
Yeah, it creates downward selling pressure. I don't understand why people would think
You guys gotta
otherwise.
you guys gotta remember, these validators, they're in it for two things. Either a for-profit standpoint or from a moral standpoint. I know it costs a lot of money to run validators, relayers. Time and effort on top of that. If you're not for profit and you're just doing it for the moral goodness, I hope you're a billionaire, because you're going to be doing that at net loss. So there's only two reasons why you want to validate: for financial benefit or because you actually believe in the chain. And there's nothing wrong with kind of bleeding the line right there and making sure that if you really believe in the chain, you make sure that you cover your financial obligations or your financial weight that you carry on for validating. That's normal. It's a for-profit business. You got to do it. But there's a vastly big difference to 100% dumpage and or no participation on either governance or coding. There's a big difference. And I kind of got Callum's a big dev and he's got a lot of spotlight lately. He says, does it have an impact? Yes. Meaningful? Probably not. Disagree. Everything has a meaning. Everything has impact. Of course, this creates downward selling pressure. But you got to understand, then you got to look at the people that actually are coming back and saying stuff. These are not your average people, right? These are devs, personalities, Don Krypton, Gregory from Akash, William. We like William too.
The guy from Regen.
Regen, yep, guy from Regen. Yep. Golden staking ratio. Where
Buckmaster.
Daddy, all these people, Buckmaster, all these people have their bias. All of them have their bias, right? Where's the people? I want to see my people start speaking up. The people in the mud. The people that they're making decisions for or giving their opinions for. And I like some of these people. I like most of these people, to be honest with you. But we need to start chiming in. You guys want better? Demand better. Voice it. Voice it. Don't just, I would say, I'm not coming down to you guys. Don't hide behind likes and retweets. Voice it.
Also, the people there, they will literally take their time to message you if you comment something good. They're not afraid to talk to you.
No, and they're not dicks. I shouldn't say that on here. They're not a lot. Most of them are not. Like I said, Callum, I like him. You know, everybody basically that was just on there, I like those guys. If you come up with a valid concern and you show them their valid concerns, they'll talk to you. They'll address it, but nobody will unless you actually start doing it. And you don't think that just liking and or retweeting is actually doing it. Type some words. Let them know. Let them know why. You know, let them know why. Anyway, guys, be on the lookout. NFT drop. We're working on it. Like I said, I can't give you guys all the deets. Maybe you can talk amongst your friends. I will say, I hope you guys do support it when it drops. It's going to drop here in about a month or so. I'm going to be putting out a Twitter handle to try to get up awareness of the drop here coming shortly. I hope you guys choose to be supportive. Tell your auntie, tell your mother, tell your brother, tell your sister. There's only going to be 1,000 NFTs minted. It's going to be minted on Stargaze. It's going to have a dollar value at the current time, no matter what it is for stars, but it's going to be a dollar value of about $200. That might seem high, but if you know me, you know this channel, you've been around. Yeah. Anyway, I got to get out of here, guys. I promised I wasn't going to be long. I hope you guys are getting what I'm saying. I hope you guys are taking this seriously. Hope you guys are finding benefit in these streams. Like the channel, subscribe, hit that little bell notification. We'll be back on Monday. Maybe before that. I leave tomorrow in the afternoon, guys. But I hope you guys enjoy your weekend. I'm going to go get a little bit more burnt out there in the sun and enjoy it with my family and my wife and my kids and all this stuff. Stay blessed. Peace.
So